In a distant land, surrounded by dense forests and towering mountains, there was a small town called Glimmerdale. It was an extraordinary place, for the sun shone there almost constantly, the sky was always blue, and the days were long, warm, and bright. People in Glimmerdale were cheerful, smiling, and convinced that it should always be that way. Darkness was something forgotten, unwelcome, and even dangerous. In the centre of the town, in a beautiful house with glass walls, lived a girl named Lila. She had light hair, soft as down, and eyes that sparkled like morning sunbeams. She loved dancing in the sunlight, laughing with her friends, and building structures out of mirrors that reflected the light in all directions. One day, at the town market, a strange woman in a black cloak appeared. Her face was calm, but her eyes were deep like the night sky. "I bring something you do not have," she said to the gathered crowd. "I bring shadow." Silence fell. People looked at each other uneasily. Shadow, in Glimmerdale. No one knew what to say. Only Lila stepped forward. "Why would you bring something so gloomy?" The woman looked at her gently. "Because without shadow, light has no meaning. Would you like to understand?" Intrigued, Lila nodded. The woman handed her a small, dark mirror. "Carry this with you, you'll see." From that moment on, Lila began to see things differently. When she looked through the mirror, she noticed things she hadn't before. The sadness in her laughing friend's eyes, the tiredness behind her mother's smile, the crack in the wall of her perfect home. At first, it scared her, but over time, she began to understand. The world is not only bright. Joy exists alongside sadness, strength beside weakness, and light. Only when there is also shadow. Lila began speaking to people differently. She didn't just ask, "How are you?" She waited for the answer. She stopped laughing at those who couldn't smile. She began to see more and feel more. Soon, others in Glimmerdale noticed the change. Lila glowed not just on the outside but from within. Her light was warm, deep, and real. Before long, the woman in the cloak appeared again. "Do you understand now?" she asked. Lila smiled. "Yes. Shadow doesn't take away the light. It reveals it." The woman vanished, as if she had never been there. But Glimmerdale was changed forever. People were no longer afraid of shadows. They understood that everyone has their bright and dark sides, and that's what makes them beautiful. In their homes, people began to embrace half-light, curtains, and paintings in dark frames. They were no longer afraid to cry, to speak of difficult things, to admit their weariness. And Lila? She became a guide. Not because she had the most light, but because she could find it where it was darkest. Moral: do not fear the shadow. It shows you where the light shines and reminds you that true strength is not born in brightness, but in the ability to see the whole.